Hello, everyone! As you know, the 102nd episode of my favorite Skibidi Wars series was released just yesterday. It took less than 2 weeks to create it this time, and I am very happy about it. After all, as Verlance himself told me, it took him a very long time to create only the 100th anniversary episode, and all subsequent episodes will be released in the usual schedule every 9 days. And I hope that you're just as happy as I am, because now episodes of our beloved multiverse are now getting released much more often. Today's episode turned out to be one of the coolest in recent times, as it was literally overflowing with plot twists and the return of our old friends. Well, if you are really ready to learn about the main purpose of Necromancer, and why he needed the common key from the main headquarters of the Alliance, as well as to see how he humiliated the new emperor of the Skibidi army in front of everyone, then put all your business aside for the next 12 minutes and trust me. Today I will analyze the 102nd episode, and then show you all the secrets and Easter eggs that will simply blow your mind. Who is this godlike toilet, and in which episode could we have seen it before? What kind of monster guards the entrance to the main headquarters of the Alliance? What are the 6 mysterious keys Necromancer is looking for, and is it true that he has already stolen one of them? Get your tea and snacks ready and prepare to watch this video to the end, because it will be the best thing you'll see today. Let's go! Well, a lot of time has passed since the release of episode 101. So let me refresh your memory and remind you why the legendary plungerman and the company arrived at the headquarters of the Alliance. The first thing you need to know is that in an additional scene of the 97th episode, the main base of the Alliance, which was guarded by the microphoneman's race, was attacked. And none of these poor devils could survive. And what the saddest thing is, that the attack was carried out by their sonar titan, along with his sneaky friend the Plague Toilet, who took advantage of a good moment and infected Titan in the distant 90th episode. After that, the headquarters was completely captured by the Skibidi army. And in episode 101, Plungerman and his friends arrived at it to clean up and return the base to their control. And no sooner did the guys get out of their ship than they already started having problems, as a lot of infected microphonemen got in their way and an epic fight began. At one point, our blood had serious problems when one of the freaks flew into it like a huge locomotive. It seems that Plungerman will have to repair broken bones for a very long time. But fortunately, Black Speakerman came to his aid, who showed his signature technique using 2 sharp knives. When all the infected patients were destroyed, Plunger cameraman used a handprint to open the entrance to the headquarters, and as you remember, everything looked very bad inside. In addition to that, a new Skibidi toilet attacked the guys from behind, which destroyed Big Speakerman, and then cowardly escaped. He looked very suspicious, and I think he is deliberately luring Plungerman and the company into a terrible trap. At the end of the episode, the legend slowly approaches his main weapon and slowly stretches his hand over it. This guy does not yet know that in the future this plunger will become his main attribute and help destroy a huge number of fools, because the events of Skibidi Wars are the past of the original series. And in the 101st episode, Plungerman is just beginning his journey of one of the coolest characters in the world, the entire history of the Skibidi series. Well, now you're completely ready, and the 102nd episode is already on your screens. In the first couple of seconds, we see several guys, including 2 cameraman and 1 speakerman, and behind them is a destroyed car with a camera cannon like the one you could see in episode 81. The whole city is covered in fire, and at the very beginning, you could see the body of the destroyed cameraman. It looks like there was a large-scale battle that the Alliance unfortunately lost, and only these 3 heroes were able to survive. In fact, an even more terrible fate awaits them, and to be honest, I would rather be in the place of this destroyed cameraman than go through all that awaits these guys a little bit later. Well, a huge monster controlled by the toilet necromancer comes to visit for a cup of tea. The guys fall into a trap and try to hide, but everything is not so simple. So they are getting surrounded by several Skibidi toilets, and one of them has a special mask and fashionable glasses on his face. And on his head we can notice headphones and something like a bulletproof vest. Freak's eyes glow green, which means that this Skibidi toilet is one of the members of the undead army that Necromancer created in episode 100. When the camera changes its angle on the right, we can notice another mutant, and most likely before he was resurrected by a psychopath. He was the same Skibidi mutant with toilet on the chest from the 62nd episode of the original series by Boom. Okay, Necromancer himself comes on stage in his original body, as the bad guy decided to leave the body of his huge pet in order to have a nice chat with our friends. A tablet of one of the destroyed cameramen is handed to him, and then he asks the poor devils to tell him about the place where the Alliance hides the common key, and after that he shows the tablet closer, which says encrypted location keys and 6 images, 5 of which indicate all existing races of the Alliance. It seems to me that these 3 poor devils do not even understand what the freak is talking about, and they start looking at each other in surprise. Necromancer is a real diplomat, and informs that the guys can make his life much easier if they tell him where the keys are hidden. Thereby, the generous necromancer will spare them and save the lives of their little friends. And of course, you know that there are legends about the bravery and honor of the Alliance members. These guys never give up and never reveal secrets. Each of them fights to the end, and even under threat of destruction, they will never agree to help the Skibidi army. Well, the 3 brave men look at each other again and point their finger at the top, thereby saying goodbye forever. Cameraman comes closer to Necromancer and does something crazy. The hero stretches out his hand as if he wants to convey something, but at the last moment shows him a very indecent gesture. Dude, you're just a legend! And I admit honestly that as I watched this scene first, I couldn't even believe what I saw and started laughing until my stomach hurt. But it was really very brave and disgraced the new emperor in front of his own army. Of course, Necromancer does not like this and he becomes enraged. So he grabs Cameraman and destroys the poor guy forever for such impudence. And the same thing awaits the other 2 poor devils whom he deals with in a rather epic style. I will not lie to you. Necromancer starts laughing like a psychopath again, and most likely he really enjoyed destroying defenseless guys. Hey you, find yourself an equal opponent. He starts talking to his army using telepathy and informs them that very soon he will be able to find the remaining 5 common keys. And once he does this, none of the administrators of the Alliance will be able to hide from him. But before we get to the most interesting part, let me tell you about the incredible similarity between the original Necromancer body and the secret agent. These guys are single-sized, and both have incredible abilities. Agent V is also able to subdue the minds of other characters, and recruit them into his army. And did you notice that the eyes of all those who defected to his side also changed their color to purple? And consider that the eyes of all those whom Necromancer brought back from the afterlife are burning green. At the secret base from the 23rd season, even the computerman screen has changed its color. Most likely, the secret agent not only gave the guys the purple color, but also gave them unique abilities that we don't know about yet. I am sure that there is a connection between these 2, and they are definitely familiar. It is even possible that these are 2 brothers, one of whom chose good and the other evil. Most likely we will see their meeting and there will be an interesting conversation between them from which we will learn the whole truth about them. Write your theories about this in the comments and I will pin the most interesting one under this video. Well, now I want to tell you more about these mysterious common keys that Necromancer wants to find so much. So pay attention that he has already been able to find one of them and he belongs to the microphoneman's race. Do you remember that in the analysis of the last episode, I was very surprised when I saw improvements in the form of microphones in the new mutant? Most likely, this key allows you to gain access to secret technologies and abilities of the race to which it belongs. Therefore, the new Skibidi toilet had these improvements. Just imagine what would happen if Necromancer could find a common key belonging to the TV men race. Then each of the Skibidi army would have glow abilities or worse, teleportation. The only mystery for me is the Alliance logo on the tablet, so I want to ask you for help again and write your theories about it in the comments. Well, and now let's go back to the episode. We are getting transported to the headquarters where we see the very Skibidi toilet that destroyed the big speakerman in the 101st episode. The microphone logo appeared on his special glasses and most likely with their help, the fool is able to hear any sound at a great distance. And behind him there are huge gates with the warning inscription, "Caution, door under tension." The mutant decides to escape again as soon as 2 legends in the person of plungerman and speakerman approach him. Everything looks calm, but suddenly the neighbors from the bottom start making loud noise and a new Skibidi toilet bursts out of the ground and it has 2 heads and the entire toilet is covered with armor. Their eyes are also green and it looks like this monster is guarding the headquarters from uninvited guests. Skibidi toilet pulls out his gun, and it looks exactly like the G-Man's weapon in episode 100. It seems that the life of the 2 legends will end there. But fortunately, something distracts the 2-headed monster. A huge hatch slowly opens, and another forgotten legend comes out of it. There is a special device on his head, and it becomes clear that this is the same Skibidi toilet from the 85th episode on which a successful experiment was conducted with the help of this yellow thing. They brainwashed him and lured him to the side of the Alliance. Then this kid helped us a lot and destroyed the uninvited guests who invaded the headquarters unnoticed. And if I'm not mistaken, the last time we saw this guy was in the first part of episode 96, where he already had a white armor with mechanical limbs. It seems that the Chad has improved all this time and is now fully ready to fight on the side of the Alliance, and his armor looks very cool. Wings appeared on the sides, and the blood also got an epic sword. This dude really looks like an angel, and it's time to look at him in battle. Skibidi Toilet uses his gun, but it seems like our bro isn't bothered with it at all, so the Chad is going to take revenge for such arrogance and strikes back with a yellow ray from her eyes. And I think this is an obvious reference to the main ability of G-Man from the original series by Boom. And it's really interesting because G-Man is the most powerful character of all, and I think that Verlance hints to us that this Skibidi Toilet also has great power and is able to destroy huge armies alone. Okay, and after that, the kid unleashes his sword and he uses it to permanently destroy the first head. What's wrong with you, girl? Are you sad now? While the stupid lady was grieving for her boyfriend, Plungerman sneaked up from behind and lifted the toilet lever, and that's the end of the battle with the monster. The camera changes its angle and we see two cameramen scientists. Their clothes are covered in dirt, and it looks like these guys have been waiting for help for a very long time since Sonar Titan attacked the headquarters. The episode ends with my beloved Giga Chad smiling a little, which means that the Alliance was still able to win here and regain part of the main headquarters. And it was all for today. Write in the comments below about what do you think awaits us in the next episode. And that was me, Isotoilet. See ya!